I hope everyone is feeling okay. You're feeling energetic and you're looking forward to hearing what we have in store for you today. Indeed, it's a great afternoon. I'm glad for everyone who is joining. Just show some reaction. I can already see some reactions in the chat. Feel free to just use the reactions icon. Tell us how you feel. We're indeed grateful to have you here. I hope I'm loud enough. So just confirm that you can hear me perfectly. Thank you. That's okay. So let's hold on for the next minute or so to allow more room for people to join. And then we're going to commence in just a few seconds. Thank you so much. I believe we're now good to go. I see reactions from the chat, reactions from everyone joining in. Thank you so much for making time to have us today and for just moving things around your calendar and slotting this very session on your calendar. My name is Joel Juma from BrighterMonday, and I'll be the moderator for this session. And we are looking forward to just nuggets. Remember what we are to discuss about, or what we're going to discuss about. We're going to discuss about work without borders and how masters in IT can open global opportunity careers. We live in a fast world environment, in a fast-paced environment, and what that means, it means that things are really moving fast because what was working yesterday might not be working today, or it's already updated to a whole different version. We have the likes of ChatGPT and the likes, they're really growing. Artificial intelligence, it keeps learning and everything. But when you're talking about now work and education, they kind of come in sync. So it's very important for you to have that IT. We say that IT masters because we say the world is a global village, or it's a small village with technology. So with us today, we are going to have very awesome speakers. I'm going to introduce them to you in a second. So one of our speakers today is the one, Dr. Joy Kibor. She is the head of department at Zetech University, and she has made significant contributions when it comes to research, especially focusing on micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises. In March, she published an article, that was March 2024. She published an article that was titled Digital Capability and Performance of Micro, Small, and Medium-Scale Enterprises. So this is an individual. Dr. Joy will come in with a huge pack of knowledge around this topic for today. Also, we'll be having Eva Kimani. She is the Director, Partnerships and Digital at Britam. Dr. Eva has over 15 years experience in ICT. So this is someone we're looking forward to just hear what they have to tell us about the topic of the day. We also have Dr. Mary Anita, who is a distinguished professor and associate dean at the School of Engineering and Technology at Christ University, Bangalore in India. She has over 34 years experience. So we are looking forward to hear from her. So let's get this begin. Let's get some reactions. I haven't seen you getting excited about the speakers, right? That's awesome. Thank you so much. So for now, we are going to let the speakers briefly introduce themselves and share their experience in ICT. I've shared a bit, but now let's hear from them. I'll start with Joy Kibor. The floor is yours. Kindly tell us, just introduce yourself briefly and then tell us what's your experience in this field.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Joy Kibor, as our moderator has said. I'm the head of academic program and postgraduate coordinator of ICT at Zetech University. I have a master's and PhD in information system, in which it is a span and a broader field of ICT. I have been actively involved in teaching. That is my main agenda. I have also been actively in research. As you have heard, I've published several articles, and I have also worked in various projects in system development in this emerging technology, whereby we focus on innovation, sustainability, and efficiency, because this is where the world is going. I am very excited to be here, whereby we are going to discuss the work without borders. Now we are going borderless webinar, and to share insight and engage in meaningful discussion in this evolving role of ICT in a borderless digital world. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Kibor. Indeed, it's a pleasure having you here. And then it's quite interesting that we are having people with such qualification at your age. I need to applaud you for that. Thank you for making time. Next, let's hear from Eva Kimani from Britam. Kindly, Eva, if you're on the call, the floor is yours. Introduce yourself. Tell us something little about the ICT field. So we already heard from her. So we're going to proceed. I believe we'll be able to hear more from Dr. Mary as we go on with the session. So this question was supposed to have gone to one of our speakers, Eva, but nevertheless, I'm going to redirect it to Joy. So we've seen a lot of evolution regarding global opportunities and the IT job market. Will you briefly tell us what's your take on it, and if you can just expound on your perspective around this field? Over to you, Joy.
Okay, thank you. As you have said that IT is the new oil at the moment. Everyone is going towards IT, and it is a very dynamic and very rapid, and it is moving in a very upscaling manner. So all of us must be in a position to 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 to, to follow it and get it. So in today's world, we have we have technology that each and everyone in ICT field must equip themselves with. And I will start with the one and only, the artificial intelligence and machine learning as part of the skills that we need. In most industry, they need now automated things. They need predictions. They need AI-driven decision. And with this, it enables the transformation of these industries. We have the technology like the cybersecurity, in which it is very crucial at the moment. And most companies, especially the big data companies, need people with ethical hacking skills, and with that, making it very relevant. We had IT like the data analytics, big data. As we know, now we need big data in order to make research-driven decisions. So, and these are the trending IT that are coming forth. They were not in here before, and now they are here. So we need to upskill ourselves each and every day, so that we can catch up, so that we don't wake up one day and everything has gone. You are left in a world whereby everything is being ICT driven. So ICT is very wide. We cannot talk it in one sentence, but we have a lot of ICT technologies that we need to equip ourselves. As I have said, AI. cybersecurity, data analytics, machine learning, data analytics, Bitcoin. This is where by the decentralization of technology, government doesn't need to be liable of these finances. That is why blockchain and cryptocurrency are really coming up very well. The Internet of Things, etc., etc. So we are in the right journey with the right people. Our work is just to equip ourselves, be knowledgeable about it, and also to be diverse so that we don't, as other countries are trending, we be at par with them. Thank you, moderator.
Thank you so much, Joy. Dr. Joy, to be specific. That was very insightful, and you've already answered some of the questions that I was going to ask you. That's very insightful of you, because you've already mentioned a bit about what IT skills globally they are needed. You've
Hey,
mentioned
Joe.
something about machine learning. Hey to you. Is
Apologies
that
to
Simon?
interject. Yes, yes, this is
Okay,
Simon Onduga from Britam.
okay,
Apologies, my director, Iva Kimani, is not able to join at the moment because there's a session that she could not excuse herself that has sort of extended. So
okay.
today I'll be representing her in this session. Kindly bear with her. But I believe equal to the task. So I think you gave a brief, I'll speak briefly and introduce Eva, but also give a bio about myself. And then
Okay,
I think that will set the pace and allow the session to continue. Let me just tune in my video.
that's
So
in order.
yeah, so that's Simon Wanduka. So just to introduce Eva, Eva is the Director of Partnerships and Digital at Britam. She's also the acting CEO of a youngest unit called Britam Micro Insurance. So she oversees the innovation arm of Britam. She oversees the micro insurance arm of Britam. She oversees digital and innovation engagements all across the Britam Holdings Group. So she has a wealth of experience spanning over 20 years within the financial service sector, and most of her work within the telco space, where she worked with telcos like Safaricom, Telcom, Airtel, and other payment providers to provide solutions. So she's very well versed from a technology perspective, from product design perspective, taking products to market, strategy execution. And she is one of the biggest promoters and custodians of innovation within the Britam Holdings Group. I work with her, I report to her, so she's my director. Myself, I'm the head of partnerships at Britam. My experience cut across accounting. I have a master's in accounting, specialized also in technology and IT, a lot of project engagements, partnerships engagements at Britam, overseeing some of the innovations that we have at Britam. So I'm here to represent. I hope I will wear the a hat accordingly. And I'm privileged to also be with esteemed speakers within this panel. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Simon. Indeed, we are quite confident that you're going to wear that shoe perfectly. Looking forward to a great engagement and also getting your insights because you are an industry professional. So certain questions or certain concerns will be directed to you. Looking forward to hear from you. So we'd already done the introduction part. We hadn't gone much far. We're just still in the first phases. We've already covered a perspective of how IT job market has evolved in the past. And as well as Dr. Joy Kibor from Zetech has also talked about some of the skills that are needed globally and how master's program will help students to acquire some of these skills, things like machine learning, automation, and things related to that line. So she's already given us some insights about that. So this one will be directed to you. If you can chime in and tell us what do international companies look for when hiring IT professions? That is over to you, Mr. Simon.
Thank you for that question, Joel. I think with the evolution of technology and the world becoming a global place, a lot has changed. So I would say one of the key skills that international companies look for is someone who is capable of working within a team, a good communicator, someone who has a drive to see initiatives through. You understand that the world of, especially within the space of technology, and when you're providing solutions, you need to collaborate with other people. Today, you find IT professionals are not just the people who sit at the back end doing code and just designing workflows. They have to see to the respective business operation units, finance, product owners to be able to identify gaps within processes and even up to the point of creating new products. So you have to have the skill of collaborating with people, networking. Communication is a very key aspect of that international companies or even any other employer would look for. Someone who is able to identify what the problem is, dissect it appropriately, and then communicate in terms of what solutions are appropriate to solve that solution. So when you look at good communication, working within a team, effective engagements, and the drive to see execution of projects, I think those are critical elements that we find within the workplace. Of course, there are other, you would say, social skills when it comes to people who are able to work across different diversity, language barriers. Those are key elements, because as the world changes, then you want someone who can be able to fit with any environment and be able to execute tasks at hand. I think I'll leave it at that for now, and unless there's any other question.
Thank you so much, Simon. We'll keep on just unpacking the knowledge from your side because you have a couple of other segments to go over. I'll direct this question to Dr. Joy Kibor from Zetech. And I just want to understand, there's this bit about, we're talking about the future of remote work being geared towards tech and IT. So Joy, Dr. Joy, if you can just tell us how does a master's program impact the way IT professionals build their career, basing on remote work, freelancing, digital nomad opportunities, and something around the gig economy. So Dr. Joy, over to you.
Thank you for that question. First, a master's program is very crucial and very fundamental at this century, because it provides a structured approach on acquiring high demand skills. Because as you know, some of these things that you are talking now, they were not there some few years ago. So it needs a structured approach in order to acquire those high demand skills. And this structured approach is the in-depth understanding of the theoretical knowledge. I know majority of people think that understanding the theory part of it is not important. They only focus on the technical. But before you understand the technicality of it, you must also understand the in-depth evolution of how that thing came to happen. So the structured approach is very crucial. Another issue is the issue of efficiency. Master's degree provide students with proficiency and efficiency, because before you finish even your thesis or your project or your proposal, you go through a synthesized process. And with that, it nurture you. It brings about a key aspect of adaptability. Are you in a position to adapt in any environment? And with that, most organization look for somebody who can adapt in any environment. In case, as my co-speaker has said about identifying, can you bisect a problem, identify it and solve it? And you cannot learn that with only a certification of a certification or a diploma. You need that intensive and in-depth understanding, and you can only get it in a master's project. Another skill that you can only get it in a master's project is the key. What can I say? The dynamic of where the world is going, because when you start your masters, you now become a global aspect or a global person. So you not only deal with what is happening regionally or locally, but now you must understand the problem that is happening. And that is why the way even we examine our masters as students is very difficult. This is where we give them a case study, we give them a presentation, we give them the technical skills and also the insight to collaborate with this industry so that to know what is happening in the marketplace, and many other things that you can learn in this master's program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joy. That's very insightful. So in the call, we have another distinguished speaker we've not heard from yet. This is Dr. Mary Anita. Remember I said earlier on, Dr. Mary Anita, she is the Dean of School of Engineering at Christ University in India. She has over 34 years experience. And this question deems fit for her. So when you're talking about going abroad or working with abroad companies and opportunities, this means you have to have some kind of leadership or some kind of experience with working with different people. And so this goes to Dr. Anita. How does a master's degree in IT prepare students to be global leaders? Dr. Anita, over to you. My co-moderator, Judy or Caroline, if you can confirm if we have her on the call kindly.
Hope I'm audible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So
Thank
if
you.
you are considering a master's in information technology and you are not sure about its global impact, maybe you can gain some competencies in areas like cybersecurity, AI, cloud computing, and data analytics. And just go for an evaluation of how it supports a global career. Maybe a master's degree can help you to expand your career across the borders by offering international networking opportunities, some global certifications, and cross cultural competencies. While a master's degree is valuable, that's not the only way to advance globally. Maybe a master's in IT with a deep theoretical and a practical knowledge, along with the access to exclusive global networks. It prepares you for leadership and the academic credentials which you learn for teaching and research. So, if you want to focus on technical skills alone, maybe certifications can be faster and cheaper, but a master's degree is valuable for the leadership, the management, and maybe the academic advancement. Also, your master's degree can prepare you to lead and innovate, maybe in areas on emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, quantum computing, the Internet of Things, and whatever. And choose a program that emphasizes innovation, critical thinking, and global problem solving. Definitely, a master's degree can enhance your earning potential and your career mobility on the global front. And selecting a master's program, maybe with features that maximize the international opportunities, that also plays a major role. And if your goals involve maybe around global mobility, leadership, or around cutting edge innovation, a master's degree can be a powerful asset. And for the research extensively, which you want to do, maybe you can explore the program curricula, the industry trends, the job market needs, and uh, explore some online part-time or some master's courses if you want to gain some experience while studying. So these are the various ways which I feel this master's degree will help the students across. Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Mary. That's very insightful. One thing I need to really commend is that you've given us insights from a global stage, from a global perspective, something that I wouldn't have thought about because if you're thinking local and if you're thinking global, to go global, you need someone with the kind of experience Dr. Anita has. Now, this one will go to our industry profession, that is Simon. Mr. Simon, can you give us some success stories of professionals who have leveraged their master's degree to secure international roles? I believe you might be one of them, but just go ahead and tell us more about it. Simon,
Yeah,
over to you.
Thanks, Joel. I'll start with myself. I think when I started, when I did my master's, I remember there was a shift because I remember passionately about especially one of the topics that we went through. My master's, first of all, was not in IT, but it was in financial services accounting. But I believe it's still relevant. There was one course we were doing about global issues facing financial services. And global issues, we're looking at it in terms from a technology perspective, what is happening in the globe. It prepares you, you're put in scenarios where you're able to experience. I remember we did a rotational sort of experiment where 5 of us, we were running some sort of a model airline. You had to be the CEO, the CFO, etc. And we had a rotational basis, make financial decision about whether to add aircrafts or to create a new runway, make financial decisions, and then they had impact on your financials as a company. So I think that opened my perspective in looking at things, not just from a local perspective, but a global. And for me, even coming to work at the Britam Holdings company with regional, I think that has been a good experience for myself. In terms of other examples I would give, I know of 2 or 3 colleagues who they went through the same route. One of them is currently working with Microsoft here in Nairobi. So she's been able to sort of get that experience, and she started, did her degree in technology. She furthered, did her master's, and then perspective changes. I think whenever you sit for a master's, it gives you a change in perspective that you're not just looking. It's not just a local play; it's a global play. That you need to sort of appreciate, and the changing dynamics within the marketplace. I would also refer to one of the CEOs who ran with a payment platform here in Kenya, and before that, they've been running operations within East Africa and West with Ania and a telco. So, and I would say they still went through the same journey where there was a shift whenever they went with the master's program. So, if you can say about results, I have seen personally, I've seen a shift whenever you get in that class because it changes your perspective in the way things are done. It puts you in an environment that challenge your leadership skills, that expose you to how the global market is working. And it's real experience. It's not just theory per se. You're putting real experience scenarios that then push you to the next level. Of course, it has to be supported by other initiatives, willingness to work with people, willingness and initiative to also learn beyond what is happening within the global marketplace. But I would say I have seen, those are just 3 cases I've presented. Even my own director, Eva, has had quite a number of experiences across different entities. And I think you could say that taking that master's course on her program also transformed what she's been able to do. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Thank you so much, Simon. Indeed, you are true confirmation that they are eagles, but then you are here telling us you've seen the eagles, you've sat in the same table with them. So indeed, that confirms we have a bit of success stories from you, and we believe you could have told us more. Also, you mentioned something about people skills on how you interact with people, managing teams and stuff like that. So when it comes to that, I'm going to direct a question to Dr. Joy, since she is an educator, to tell us that beyond the technical skills, what are some of the soft skills that are crucial in the global IT career? So Joy, take it up on this kindly.
Thank you. That is, I am also learning a lot from the co-speaker. And with the question that you have asked, the crucial things that you can learn from a master's certification. And there is a lot. And sometimes you can just say, when you go through it, you will understand it even better. Sometimes you just need to take that step of faith, go through it and understand it for yourself rather than hearing from other people. But I will mention some of them. As the co-speaker has said, the challenges for your leadership. Master's certification has a place. And with that, it curbs things that you may not learn in any other environment. And that is the adaptability and the career growth. As I said, adaptability is very key because we are in a changing environment. And if you are not a person who can easily adapt, it means that you may become rigid. And with that, you may not attain sustainability. Also, this master's degree enables the critical thinking for solving the IT challenges. Why? This is where now you understand why certain things happen a certain way. And this is where you understand why these things, system algorithms behave like this rather than like that. And with that, it will enable you to come up with the solution. As we said, you need to be prompt to solutions and not bringing problem. Also, in this master's program, it is where you'll understand the research-driven decision making. You will not make decision via your emotions. You must look at data. You must analyze it, and after that, you make a decisive decision. This is where now expertise engage in a technical things like AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing. As you have said, now cloud computing is becoming very huge. These are business want to contain and also to sustain their infrastructure. They are using this cloud web based equipments. Adaptability, as I said, leadership is also very key, and you can only learn it in a master's class. A competitive edge. When you provide a certification of a master's and the other one is just provides a degree certification, whom do you think they will choose first? First, they will the one with a master's, and that will give you a competitive edge over your colleague. And with that, it will enable you secure these executive jobs and consulting opportunities and even research and grants money. So IT is the key thing, and it is the most what can I say? You just have to be at par with what is happening in the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very conclusive on some of the soft skills. You've went ahead and just broken it down to the bigger picture, because there are these soft skills that everyone knows. The basic soft skills, timekeeping, time management, people skills, but you've just made it so specific, and why the soft skills are crucial, specifically for global positioning, and also having a master's and how it really builds to you getting those big jobs and interesting opportunity, also being able to just handle bigger projects. Thank you so much, Dr. Joy. For now, let's take a pause just before we go over to the next session. We'll be talking about some of the challenges around getting that IT and how it's going to gear yourself to the global career advancement. So just in the interest of taking a pause, absorbing what we've been going through, I'll be reading some of your comments or just shouting out people who are in the chat active. I can see Joseph Odiambo. Thank you much for joining the session. I believe you're still with us. I see Dixon Riungu. You're saying something there, we'll come back to that, but you're saying you think for an IT undergraduate, there's still space in your master's technology. I believe so. There's still space for that, but we'll be handling that on a deeper perspective. Ernest Mogande, thank you so much. You're saying you specialize in procurement and supply. No problem at all. You can still embed some tech into that, right? Because you are using softwares to just manage everything nowadays. So I believe you're in the right track. We have Joseph Mage. Thank you so much for giving us your sentiments, asking your questions, and so many more. I cannot be able to shout out everyone on the chat, but indeed, this is just to tell you that we can see you, we can be able to see what you're typing in, and we appreciate the engagement. Now, on to the next session, or on to the next segment. We're going to talk about misconceptions of pursuing an advanced degree in IT. And this one will go back to, I wanted to give it to Joy, but since we have Dr. Mary in the call, Dr. Mary, this will go to you. What are some of the misconceptions about pursuing an advanced degree in IT? So Dr. Mary, with the kind of experience you have, we believe you can be able to answer this for us. What are some of the misconceptions about pursuing an advanced degree in IT? Dr. Mary, over to you. Okay, as we await for Dr. Mary, kindly, Dr. Joy, can you take this for us kindly? What are some of the misconceptions about pursuing an advanced degree in IT?
Thank you, our moderator. I will start with one, but an advanced degree or
Uh, we're having a bit of connectivity issue from Dr. Mary. Dr. Mary, are you able to speak kindly? If you can, let us know. I think you are trying to type something on the chat, but if you're in a position to speak, kindly go ahead. Okay, Dr. Mary has confirmed she's having some technical problem. We'll come back to you in a second. For now, Dr. Joy was already in process of answering this. Simon, if you want to chime in, you can go ahead kindly.
Yeah, I can add a few pointers, even as Anita and Joy come on board. In terms of some of the misconceptions of the obstacles, I would say being narrow-minded. I think one of the things I've said, just as an IT professional, don't expand yourself. Don't just see yourself as an IT person. Broaden your mindset. As I said, what value do you bring to the table? Can you look at a part at a process or at a product and be able to create value? But if when you think as a narrow-minded and just as I'm an IT professional and not think outside the box, I think that's one obstacle that really diminishes opportunities for people within the IT space. Then I would say another thing would be there's some functions that probably for you to gain some global, you need a master's, you need some global certification programs. I know a lot of people who do network courses, Cisco, etc., and other certification programs that validate your credibility and qualification within some space. It's important to also explore such value sets. Then I think above all is, as I said when we started the conversation, is what value do you bring to the table? Because that is what differentiates one person and the other. If you look at a company, a lot of people are told before you go for an interview, you sort of do a background check and dig about what the company does, what are their products, what the solution. And you find some people usually come prepared. Someone will come and tell you, I can change your revenue from X to Y, or I can simplify your onboarding journey. So when they come with a real solution that they are going to transform the company. And they're not just looking for an international job for the sake of it. They've identified the gaps, they know the expertise, and they know how they can improve the process to deliver value to the company. I would say thinking like that is what opens up. But if you don't think from that perspective, of course, that will present challenges when seeking jobs, whether locally or internationally. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. You've given it quite an interesting angle because we all find ourselves in a situation where you might overpromise and underdeliver based on your skills. So it's good to have the kind of skills needed so that anytime you go out with such confidence, now doing a master's has equipped you well to just have the confidence. And I remember when you mentioned about you giving a project to run your own airline, it opens up your perspective about how to address business issues and give them solutions with a bigger picture and putting all factors considered. So what are some of obstacles that IT professionals might face when they're seeking international jobs? If you can just take that up, Simon.
Oh, some of the obstacles, I would say one of them is, I think technology is changing. I think just a few years back, you could say, you needed a developer to do everything, to develop a system, back-end code, everything. And now you have emergence of AI that is able to even generate, just simple code, and you can do a UI, UX design with an AI system. So you find also when it comes to the IT professional, I think you need to upskill your abilities, not just to be a back-end developer, and that's what you have to be more of a solution provider. You can look at the system and look at the workflow and entire journey from end to end. You can also become innovative. We have a group of people nowadays. You find a lot of people with good innovations. Startups are happening all around, people coming up with very good innovations. You need to upgrade from the normal mindset of an IT professionals to the changing global architecture in terms of how IT is working in the world where we are going, where you're more of a solution provider, you're an enabler of functions. Some of the key roles we found, as much as I know cybersecurity, networks, all those roles, but we've also found other transitions within the IT profession. You see developers becoming product owners, becoming product managers, such that they can see the life cycle of a product from creation all the way to the end. They become project managers where they have assigned a project to run with a digital implementation. Let's say we are doing our portals, we are doing mobile apps, and then the task would be different. So I think the biggest challenge IT professionals would face is being narrow-minded as to who an IT professional is. It's important for you to look at it globally and to broaden your mind as to how the technology and the experience that you have, how it can be used to transform businesses, reduce cost, increase value, increase sales. Any value addition component that would come would be a value addition. But if you're not able then to buy into that, I think you'd have a big challenge at adopting within the changing environment.
Thank you so much for that. Indeed, we can confirm and say if you're thinking local, when you're presented with a global front type of, can I call it a challenge or a task? It might be very hard for you to tackle it. And then there's this emerging issue of AI, being able to solve things and people being too interdependent on it. As an IT profession, it's very vital that you try and think beyond those large language modules, artificial intelligence, and be able to unpack the bigger picture outside AI. So that really brings us to a very good area of now, how are we going to expand our horizons, expand our minds? And this narrows down to how can we build a professional network, because your networks, they say your network is your net worth. And in turn, this also influences how you think. So I'll ask Dr. Joy, what are some of the strategies that you can use to build a global professional network?
Okay, thank you. But before we come to that, there is something that we did not discuss conclusively on the soft skills that we need during your postgraduate sessions. And there is one that is very crucial on emotional intelligence. You know, nowadays, a lot of people, they cannot handle their emotions, and the lack of professionalism is very vital. And this is where now you learn how to control your emotions. We need to talk about the collaboration and the teamwork. as my co-speaker has said, the adaptability. These are things that maybe you may not be taught in class, but after you have gone through that process, it is very difficult to find emotional breakdown if you have gone through it. So I thought that it was crucial, and it is also very important, because now, as you understand, the generation that you are in, everyone has mental problems. So I think it needs to be talked about. So that is one of the soft skills, the influence and also leadership. As my co-speaker said, leadership is very key. And some people are born leaders, but others learn to be leaders. And in the postgraduate, this is where now you learn how to become a leader, whereby you can execute problems even without being advised by your supervisor, because you know it is the right thing and you are sure that it is the right thing. So after that process, you can be able to understand what it needs to be done, and you do it. The teamwork and all those things. So I thought that it was crucial, and I did not want to pass to go to the next topic without talking about it. On the misconceptions also, as I was trying to explain, most people think that after doing a PhD or a master's, you are automatically expected to get a very high-paying job, and that is a misconception. Most high-paying jobs depend on the demands. It depends on the skills that you have. It depends on what is needed at that certain time and age. So don't do masters and PhD just because you want to get a very huge salary. And also technical skills are all that matters. I know majority of people think that if you are good in programming or coding, you are, it is all that matters. As I have said, emotional intelligence. Most employer looks at your leadership skills, the project management, and also on how you can be in a position to solve a problem as it comes. And also, another misconception is that a PhD is only for academic purposes. No, most people get PhD and start their own consultancy. They do research. They get executive jobs. Nowadays, it is becoming common that these most executive jobs are from PhD. So it's not only, you don't need to be a lecturer only when you get a master's or a PhD. So I just wanted to recap on that. Another way that we can expound our horizon is using the platform that we have been given. One of it being the LinkedIn. This is where you can market yourself. You can be able to expose yourself to the world. And also we have the box. These are the resources that even social media. Rather than posting funny things, that is where now you can market yourself, because all of us are products, and products need to be marketed. And these are the platforms that we use to market ourselves. We have others like nowadays there are a lot emails, etc., and how you articulate and also present yourself in seminars and conferences and webinars like these ones. So we have a lot of avenue that we can expose ourselves and also market ourselves. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Joy. And just before we take a pause, I see Glory Kiruja. I believe you'll be able to address this. She's saying, is it also a misconception that with a master's, I cannot lack opportunities being a lady in tech? What are your sentiments on this?
Yeah, I'm a lady in tech, and opportunities are there. But sometimes we say if is how you package yourselves. Apart from being a lady, apart from being a techno savvy, that is why we are saying that we have soft skills like communication. How can you communicate? How can you present yourself? The emotional intelligence in high intense job. How are you going to carry yourself? So it doesn't. You are not only qualified because you are a lady and you are in tech. It's only that you will mostly be preferred because we have very few ladies in tech. So it is up to you to package yourself and also to acquire more than just the technical skills. That is why in our discussion, technical skills is just 30% of what you can learn from a postgraduate degree. We have the adaptability, the solving problem. So if you're a lady and you are in tech, yes, opportunities are there, but it depends on how you package yourself and how you do present yourself, and also luck and favor. Just to add that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. That is well answered. I'll direct this to Simon. Just before we go to the last part of this session, can you tell us something about how you've managed to build global professional networks, or how will you advise someone in IT and they're eyeing global career path? How will you advise them to build a global professional network?
I know my colleague has already alluded on some. I think tools like LinkedIn are quite important. But for me personally, I would say what has helped me sort of grow my network is maintaining and keeping tabs with all the people that I've, whenever I've been in my master's program, in my degree program, in my professional accounting program, I always try to keep abreast with the people that we were learning with, because they all have different verticals. So you can have, oh, so and so went to South Africa, they're doing 1, 2, 3. So and so has started a startup in Tanzania or in Nairobi doing 1, 2. I try to keep tabs, and when you keep tabs with those people, they also connect you with other ecosystems. That's another important thing. Initially, when I started my career, one of the things that gave me some mileage is volunteering. Sometimes is, just going for and to do in programs where you're not expecting something in return. And when you put your best foot forward, and there's a Swahili word that I would say as it means ile kujituma, as in people will always notice you, and they will always be willing to work with you whenever opportunities arise. That's another thing that has opened opportunities for me personally. And then the other thing is just remaining true to your culture in terms of being a person of integrity. Whenever you connect and relate with people and they can vouch for you in terms of who you are, it always sets up a ripple effect that they can always refer you to this other person like that, like that. But when you lose your credibility and integrity quotient, it also loses your perspective in the market. So I would say uh, a lot of volunteering, connecting with the people within the marketplace, identify people who you can engage and identify, and maybe they can give you roadmaps on who do I need to connect with, referrals from people who I've met within my job environment and even in my professional environment. I think those are the things that have sort of kept me alive. Then as you continue, even as you do your masters, it's good to keep abreast in terms. So you can even take short courses here and there that also teach you on other things that are developing in the market. Nowadays, AI is a big thing. So you can take a small course that allows you to understand globally what happens. You can take a small course on things like data protections, which are becoming also key components that you need to look at. You can take a key course on, maybe you're in IT and you don't know design work. It might help you to know UI, UX. And when you get in those ecosystems, the people you interact with, you sort of make them your friends and keep engaging. I think that for me is what has worked within my professional career. Yes, Shah, still there? Shah, still there? I think we've lost Joe. Joe, you can hear me?
I think we lost him. Uh, you can continue and someone else take it up as I look for him. Give me a few minutes and apologies for that.
Yeah, maybe we can ask one of the people, I think, to ask.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Simon. As we wait for him to come on stage, maybe we can ask some people from the audience to raise their hands if there are any questions, because we are also reached the final lap of the webinar. Maybe I could look for a question here. Let's see. So there's a question again from Kiruja. What are the key things for a successful completion of a master's program? I think again the lecturer, Dr. Joy, can answer that one.
Sorry, I was off. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah,
For
like
that.
what are the key things for a successful completion of a master's program? I'd also like to add, once someone completes a master's, I believe that's what he's trying to ask. What marks that successful completion apart from the certification?
First, as I have said, when you complete a master's program, you'll be totally a different person. As I've said, your mental capability will be different. You will be diverse. There's a lot of things that will get to you in terms of even social life. Your social life, you will choose better, you will think better, you will do better. And this is whereby now you will start applying the soft skills actively when it comes to time management. Nobody will have to follow you. And with that, it is more sustainable because most employer need somebody that they don't need to micromanage. Another thing that is a success after completion of a master's program, it is credibility. You will be more credible compared to a person without a master's degree. Because nowadays you cannot go and tell your employer, hey, I am a very good technical expert on this. They need credibility. And with a master's certification, you will be more credible. Another key thing that you'll get from a master's certification is longevity in your career. It will not just, in case of any trending thing that comes in, with a master's, you are assured that it is more sustainable because they know that you have learned how to adopt with the changes that come. They know that you can be in a position to innovate what is there. You are more scalable in what you are doing. Teamwork. You will not be one person who will create problem with everyone. And another one is self-satisfaction. You know that you have achieved something in life in which it is also key. Thank you. Just to mention a few, there are a lot of things, but those are just a few of many that you can get from a master's program. And also career opportunities. Let me not leave this out, career opportunities. With a master's certification, you can get job anywhere in the continent, because they assume that you are a global person, because what you learn in class, it is not constituted in the geographical location from where you are. And that is why even in Zetech University, we are incorporating a lot of initiative from outside, collaborating. We are bringing in lecturers from university like Christ University. So it means that we'll see their culture compare with yours. So when you're checking in a very new environment, you can be in a position to handle it. And that's what matters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joy. Those are insightful thoughts from you. My apologies, KPLC did that thing to me. I went offline for a second, but here. So what I'm trying to also, just as we wrap up, you've mentioned a bit about how master's opportunities opens you up and how you support them. So at Zetech University, we believe we are opening up to the world and offering master's programs that will indeed help impact people who are looking forward to global opportunities. So we'll take this last segment. What trends do you foresee in the next 5 or 10 years in IT professionals? And this one I'd really love for Simon to also come in just before we start taking in some questions.
Wow, that's usually a big topic in terms of. I think today there's every time we go for a session and we have a discussion either from a strategy perspective and the technologies that we need to be aware of, especially in the future workplace. AI is a big debate, yeah. Machine learning is a big debate. For me, I see a change in IT professional in terms of, I think I alluded to it earlier. I think there will be more impetus in terms of providing solutions for the future. There's a lot of misconception about what AI can do and what it cannot do. I believe the IT professional is there to sort of birth that journey. And it's important for then the people who are within that space to identify themselves and to make them aware of the changes that are happening within the marketplace. There's AI, there's machine learning. In future, I think when we went through COVID, technology sort of moved faster by maybe 6 times what it was moving before. We saw a lot of digitization happening at that point to enable things to happen. I see we are moving into another phase that will also bring another change in terms of technological advancements that will then take the globe to another space. AI would be would be something that would be very common for us. Machine learning, some of the processes that we are doing end-to-end with manual engagements, you'll find they will be changed. And it's important for those in the IT professionals to sort of be aware of where the world is heading. The other things I see sort of changing within the IT space is a lot of collaboration with like-minded. You might be good in drawing AI programs, but you need to work with someone who has very good supply or very nice chips to support your solution. So a lot of collaboration is going to happen in the future to enable solutions to go to market. I also see a lot of innovation happening, people coming with very novice technologies that will enable things to be done differently in the future. I think every day we get engagements from people who have come up with startup technologies. They either are doing underwriting end-to-end digitally. They're able to execute a process from onboarding all the way to payments using AI. Nowadays, we're having payments through Bitcoins. As in, if you sit and look at what the world presents from a technology perspective, the opportunities are immense. but it's important for everyone to open up and not think just as an IT professional, is to align with them with what is happening in the future and then tie it to the today. Where can I plug in today to be able to then ascertain this value? But I think those are the elements I see happening in the future. We're going to have a lot of robotics. I don't know, maybe in the next 5 or 10 years, deliveries are going to be done by drones. Who knows? Whenever you order fast food, it's not someone from EB who is going to deliver your pizza or something. It might be something else. So I think a lot, the future presents the technology space with a lot of opportunities. It's important for everyone within that space to expose themselves to. It is not just cybersecurity. The opportunities are immense. It's important for everyone to look at. And then once they open up to the opportunities, they can look at a space where they want to sort of operating, but even who are in that space, they need to have a holistic mindset because also the globe is changing. Today, what is relevant today or in the next 3-4 years might not be relevant in the next few years. The example I would give, I think a few years back, I met people who, when they were doing coding, they were using languages like Fortran. I have, even myself, I think I went through some of those programs, MS-DOS, etc. Today, you have the Pythons and the Javas, and someone was saying there are people, there's a certain group of people, if you told them about a language called Python, they would think it's a snake and not a language. So I think the world is changing. And even today, Python, the IT professionals can tell me there's emergence of new programs that are even more, they're coming out every day. So it's important for everyone to keep abreast in terms of what's happening within that space, identify how those changes make sense in the future, and then look at where they can be able to plug them in various companies that are taking those strides. You find, I think the biggest investments that companies are going to be making in the next few years is around machine learning and AI, with the view that it's going to cut costs and reduce a lot of manual interventions and paperwork, which is a big cost for companies. You'd find change in even in work environment, where I think professionals within the IT space, or even companies that might start working maybe based on the number of hours, as opposed to having someone full-time to be able to check on productivity. There is a lot that I see happening in the next future. The only thing that we can make is be aware of it and sort of keep ourselves abreast to the changes that are happening, yeah, and take the step to identifying those skills and position yourself to take advantage of them. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, Simon. Those are great insights, and you've unpacked quite a huge number of opportunities or what's going to happen in the future. Because sometimes it's hard to predict the future, but one thing that really stands out, you can be able to see the trends and how the world is moving, and that kind of shapes you on what to look forward to in the coming days. So indeed, that is very insightful. Thank you so much for your insights. I'll take this back to Joy. How does your institution at Zetech University, how do you support students concerning or how you connecting them with global career opportunities? If you can just respond to that, then we'll take some questions and wrap this up. Over to you, Joy.
Okay, thank you very much. Just to add on what my co-speaker said, it is good and it is very crucial for us to have an holistic mindset. Don't be fixated on what is happening today. We must be in a position to see what is happening and predict what might happen. So at Zetech University, we take these things very seriously. And as our motto said, we are continuously inventing the future. And with that, we don't want to be left behind. That is why we provide the curriculum that are driven with the industry. we don't just do things the way we used to do before. Now we study what the industry needs, and also we integrate it to our curriculum.
Sorry, Joy, we are losing you. Okay, kindly check your audio connection. Not yet. It's a bit cracky. Not yet. You might need to unplug and plug again to see if that solves it. Okay. So as we await for Joy, Simon, what's your take on maybe from the industry leader side? Is there anything that you're doing to help people with masters and stuff like that? Maybe are you having any internship opportunities, projects, a bit of consulting that you do with such students? Do you have such programs on your end?
Yeah, so for Britam, yes, we do. We've rolled out one of our innovation hubs called BetaLab, where we've had a lot of engagements with various campuses around innovations, and we've even had presentation about people who've come up with quite some innovative innovations that they would want to take them through with our team for feedback and maybe ways of how they can optimize and improve the same. So that's one of the initiatives we are running. We also have internship programs where we do on board once in a while key sets, developers, front end, back end, UI, UX, and we've walked the journey with some of them to come up with some of the technologies that we are consuming currently, and some of them that we are posing to sort of unveil within the next coming months. So yes, we do have those programs. Of course, sometimes we're limited in terms of the scope or the capacity or the number of people that we can be able to onboard at every time we run a program, but we do have those programs running every now and then across Britam functions. So it could be within the IT space, it could be the innovation space. Yes, we have internship programs that we always offer, and we make them open to the market.
Thank you so much. There you have it. If you're listening in and maybe you are looking forward to just helping fast track your career, you're doing your master's, you're trying to do some projects, you want to work with big industry leaders, there you have it. Simon from Britam has confirmed. Back to you, Joy. I hope now you can proceed without any issue.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's perfect. You can hear you.
Okay, so at Zetech University, we focus on how we can invent the future, and we are very active on what is happening in the world. And one of the key things that you have done is we are carrying out research innovation and competition at Zetech University to encourage students to participate in the global market. For instance, every week we do carry the hackathon whereby students compete for a prize, and it is an international thing. We have the mentorship and also the alumni network whereby we see where our students have gone, and we use the success story of students from Zetech University to mentor those who are in currently. Another one that is very key and we have really invested in is the partnership and exchange programs. And just to mention a few, in Zetech University, we have partners. We are
I see
Yeah,
a hand, and I hear someone also saying something. Go ahead, please.
Jamal, you can proceed.
Okay. Yes, this is Muad Jamal, a student in Mount Kenya University main campus. And I want to take this opportunity to appreciate you for this marvelous session. And I have two questions I would like to ask. One is what are you providing like a pathway, for example, for students starting doing a diploma in computer science? Like a pathway, how can he go about it? Because like a younger brother of mine is going to pursue a diploma in computer science in September intake. Question two is I'm making inquiry whether this session has a certificate of participation. Thank you. And may God bless all of us, and may God bless Kenya.
Thank you, Jamal. Joy, are you in a position to respond to that? Jamal is asking about a career path, or how can you guide someone if they're taking it starting from diploma going onwards? If in a
Hello.
position to respond to that, yes,
Sorry,
please, go
Joel,
ahead. Yes,
let me
please.
give Dr. Joy some time to grab a cup of water.
Okay.
Am I audible enough?
Yes, you're audible enough.
So when it comes to the name masters, basically, I can see we have some Gen Zs here. When you watch your Kung Fu movie and you hear of a master is someone who has perfected that kind of fighting technique. And it's the same with a master's program. It's you've reached a level now you're perfecting something. That's why you hear from our panelists talk about leadership, talking about inventing your own things, talking about becoming a consultant. You finally mastered a subject. Now you're in a position to lead, you're in a position to bring in new changes, to problem solve. So for the question they've asked, if you're starting with a diploma in computer science, you have to progress all the way to a master's. You can't switch. So you can't say you did an undergraduate as a teacher and you want to do a master's in computer science and you have a bachelor's degree in education. You can't switch the field like that. So if you're starting with a diploma in computer science, you'll have to progress all the way. You finish with the diploma, it depends again with the institution. With a private institution, there are no delays. So like here in Zetech, a diploma would take you a year and a half. After that, if you succeed and you get a good grade, you can progress to the degree, which would take you about 2 years. You'd start the second year, first semester. So there's no first year for you. You just go quickly. We are a trisem. Within 2 years, again, you're done with your degree. If you've performed well, talking about second class upper, you can continue to the masters. You can take a break, do some work if you want to go to the field a bit, and then come back again, no problem. So it's that fast, but you have to stick to that one. If you're doing masters in computer science, it's computer science. If you're doing IT, it's IT. And like you've heard from Dr. Joy, we've partnered with other international universities. So you're not just getting the insights from Kenya, you're getting insights from Bengaluru, India. You've heard from Dr. Mary, even though she had a bit of a technical glitch. We have Korean partners, we have London partners. So we have companies like Britam with us. So you're coming here to get insights that just are supposed to catapult you to beyond the local. That's why the webinar was called Work Without Borders. It's just to help you and groom you to become someone who can work beyond the borders. So when you hear masters, think that you're perfecting what you've been studying since you finished Form 4. So whatever career you pursued, the career path you pursued, that's what you're supposed to master. So for some who are not in an IT related field, now you can consider an MBA, which can help you specialize in entrepreneurship, innovation, finance. Yes, that's the trajectory in a nutshell. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Caroline. That was very conclusive. And I see you've answered a bit of questions because I see Evans also had something around that. I believe, Jamal, now you have the right information. They say knowledge is power. You have the right information now to advise or to advise anyone else who has such question. And everyone on the call, if you had a similar question, I believe it has been answered. I believe that wraps it up for now. We'll give you further collateral on how best you can be able to utilize these resources. This recording will be shared to you on email. Remember, you signed up for this session, so don't worry, you'll get the recording. Unfortunately, there's no certification for this session because it's more about a panel discussion. I will really have loved to do that if this was packaged in a training format. Also, in that regard, from BrighterMonday, we do have certifications that can help you in business, in your profession. So in BrighterMonday, we're equipping young people with free and practical skills. We do have certificates over there, free certificates that can help in your careers and your business to just have some additional information and also to help you gather more insights as you try to grow. So in our webinar recap that we're going to share, you'll get some resources from BrighterMonday. We have soft skills trainings that are ongoing. We do that over the weekend. So if you go to our BrighterMonday learning page, there's a Zoom icon on the first course. That's a soft skill training. That one we give certificates. It runs for every Saturday. This Saturday we have one. So head over there, go to brightermonday.co.ke/learning, sign up for that first Zoom course. It's going to equip you with soft skills and also sign up for other courses that are over there. So to just wrap this up, thank you so much for being here.
Excuse me, please.
Mr. Simon, any last words? Jamal,
I would
go
like
ahead, kindly.
I would like you type for us the link or the BrighterMonday. We have not get it clear.
No problem. I'm just typing it on the chat. Thank you for noting that, Jamal. Thank you so much. Indeed, you've been very resourceful and it means you're listening to us. For the rest of the joiners here on this webinar, here is the link for you. So it's brightermonday.co.ke/learning. I've dropped it on the chat. So if you copy and paste it somewhere or on your browser, you'll be able to head over to that platform. Any last words, Simon, as we wrap this up?
For me, it's just to say thank you for listening in, for the engagement. Apologies again for even not making it, but I believe I've represented adequately. Thank you for the engaging session, and just to encourage anyone who is I've seen a lot of the chats, some people asking, oh, I'm an accountant, can I? It's never too late to pursue technology, because we've seen people move from one vertical to another. So just to encourage you that opportunities are there, but you also have to be open-minded in terms of what is in the marketplace, be versatile, engage with people in the space to know what is working. And even if you get something that is a stepping stone to something else, you can embrace it as a doorway to other opportunities. Yeah, for me, it's just to say thank you, and yeah, looking forward to more engaging sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simon. You've been very resourceful. There's no better way to appreciate you. We love the engagement and thank you for the insights that you've shared. A big thank you to Zetech University as well for putting this together. Also from the BrighterMonday team, thank you so much for being partners at this. For Britam, we really appreciate your contribution to this. Kindly pass our regards. We would have loved to have our
Excuse
speaker
me.
that we had chosen, but we took you either way and it still worked for the better. Thank you so much. Also to Zetech, to Dr. Mary from Bangalore University, much appreciation. Everyone who tuned in, everyone who made time to be here. We really appreciate your contributions, and you just giving us your ears really matters to us. Thank you. We come to the close of this session. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, it is okay. The link.
If you're asking about the link, we've dropped it on the chat.
Yes, thank you, thank you. I have seen also
I
some
hope that
of the participants who are asking about the link, but now we are seeing it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jamal. This wraps it up. Thanks, a big thank you to everyone who has been here. Zetech, Brighter Monday. We also had Dr. Anita from India, Dr. Kibor, Simon, who was stepping in for Britam. Much appreciation. We'll call it the end of the session. Look forward to a communication from us on your emails for some of the material from this session. You'll get the recording and everything. That will be all from us from now. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening, and thank you for making time to be on this session. Bye-bye, everyone.